Amaka? My wife and my father?
Kola, please! It's not what you think! Kola, it's not what you think!
Not what I think. I'm seeing it with my own eyes. Kola, calm down. Let me explain. Explain what? That you're sleeping with my wife?
Please forgive me, it was a mistake!
Marrying you was the mistake. Both of you have destroyed this family. I'm done.
No, Kola, please don't go!
We can fix this.
Imagine dating a rich married man, and instead of leaving him, he tells you to marry his own son so you can stay close to him. Chief Okonkwo was a man everyone in Lagos respected, not just because he was rich, which he was, but because he carried himself like he owned the city. His company controlled a big part of Victoria Island, and people listened when he spoke. He had a big house, expensive cars, and a family that seemed perfect. He was married and he had one son, Kola. Kola was polite, smart, and well educated. Everyone thought Chief's life was perfect. But like most powerful men, he had secrets. Secrets he protected carefully. One day, Chief saw Amaka. It was at a business event in Lagos. She was helping a friend showcase some products. But Chief did not notice the products. He noticed her. She was confident, calm, and carried herself like she belonged there. There was something about her presence that made Chief stop and watch. He could not explain it. He had seen many women in his life, but Amaka was different. He introduced himself. He asked questions. He made small talk. He found excuses to speak to her again the next day. And then the next. Before long, he started taking her out. Lunch, dinner, coffee, then parties, clubs and private events where other rich and powerful people went. He bought her clothes, shoes, designer wigs, then he bought her a car. A few months later, he arranged an apartment in Ikoyi for her. Amaka enjoyed all of it. She liked Chief, not because she loved him, but because life with him was easy and comfortable. She felt important. She felt powerful. She knew she was his secret, and that made her feel special. But deep down, she also knew one thing. She was temporary. Chief would never leave his wife. One day, all of this could end, and that scared her. She told herself not to think about it too much. She enjoyed the gifts, the trips, the attention, but she always watched, always waited. One evening, Chief came to her apartment. He was serious, different from his usual calm self. "Amaka," he said, "my wife saw a call from you on my phone today." Amaka froze. "What did you tell her?" "I told her it was a business call," Chief replied calmly. Amaka nodded. She understood immediately. If she lost this life, everything would end. The apartment, the cars, the trips, the luxury, the attention. Chief held her hands. "I don't want to lose you," he said. Amaka looked into his eyes. She saw honesty, need, desire, and that's when he said something she never expected. "What if you marry Kola?" Amaka laughed nervously. "Marry your son?" He did not laugh. "Think about it. Nobody will suspect anything. You will live in the house legally, and I can still see you whenever I want." Amaka stayed quiet. She thought carefully. Slowly, she realized it made sense. If she married Kola, she would no longer be a secret. She would belong. She would live in the same house as Chief, and she could still be close to him. From that moment, the plan started. Chief introduced Amaka at family events as a business partner. She dressed well and spoke carefully. She smiled at everyone. She laughed politely. She never chased Kola. She let him notice her. Kola noticed everything: her poise, her smile, the way she spoke to people, the way she handled herself around his father. Chief guided her softly. Be careful, he whispered once. Don't rush him. Let him come to you. Amaka followed his advice. She moved slowly, played her part perfectly. Kola started calling her, asking for advice about work, inviting her for coffee, laughing at her jokes. Amaka knew she had to be careful. She had to make sure Kola fell in love with her, but she could not let him know the real reason. She kept Chief close. They spoke in secret, planned each step carefully. Every party, every lunch, every visit to the house was calculated. Months later, Kola fell completely in love. He told his father one evening, Dad, I want to marry Amaka. Chief pretended to be surprised. Are you sure? He asked. She is different. I like her, Kola said. Later that night, Chief called Amaka. It is working, he said quietly. Amaka felt excitement, fear and power all at once. She asked, Are you sure about this? Chief smiled. This way, I will never lose you. The plan was complete. When Kola proposed, Amaka said yes. Everyone was happy. They celebrated. Nobody knew the truth. Not Kola, not his mother, not their friends. Only Chief Okonkwo and Amaka knew. They thought they were smart. They thought they controlled everything. But secrets are never simple. When hearts are involved, things can go wrong fast. After the wedding, Amaka moved into the Okonkwo house. The house was huge. Big rooms, shiny floors, chandeliers, and furnitures that looked expensive. Every corner showed wealth. She had her own bedroom with a big bed and a walk-in closet full of space. The study was quiet, where Kola sometimes worked. The kitchen was big, with staff to cook and clean. Everything was perfect. Kola was happy. He showed her around. This is your room, he said. The study is yours if you want to work. The kitchen staff will help you with anything. Amaka smiled. She acted like the perfect wife, polite, loving, and caring. She helped arrange the furnitures. She cooked some meals herself. She laughed at the right moments. She said the right words. Kola was impressed. He thought he had found the perfect woman, but Amaka had another life. Chief was still part of her world. Every day she had to be careful. Every smile, every step, every word had to be perfect. Kola could never suspect anything. Amaka pretended to love Kola so well that even his mother noticed. One evening, Kola's mother said to Chief, Thank you for introducing Amaka to my son. She is really a good girl. Chief smiled. He knew the truth. He had been the one to notice Amaka first. He had planned everything carefully, and now everyone thought she was just a sweet, loving wife. Life in the house has a rhythm. Breakfast together, lunch together, dinner with the family, staff moving around, cooking, cleaning, running errands. Amaka had to smile, greet everyone politely, and act like the perfect daughter-in-law. Kola started falling in love with her more each day. He admired her mind, her beauty, and the way she carried herself. She listened to him carefully, laughed at his jokes, and comforted him when he was stressed. She gave small advice, suggested little things, and he believed she truly cared about him. Chief still kept close. Sometimes he took Amaka out. They would walk together, smiling in public, meeting Kola and his mother in the parlor. Chief would joke, "My daughter-in-law is funny." You know, everyone laughed. Nobody suspected a thing. Other times, Chief and Amaka would meet secretly in hotels, quiet streets, offices, anywhere they could talk or be together alone. Every meeting was hidden, every touch, every word had to be careful. One wrong move and it could be all over. Amaka became skilled at managing both lives. She smiled at Kola during the day. She laughed at his joke. She helped around the house. She acted like she loved him. But at night or when Chief came to see her, she became the woman Chief wanted. Sometimes, when walking together in public, Chief whispered, "Remember, they must never know." Amaka nodded. She understood. One small mistake could ruin everything. Kola fell deeply in love every day. He planned trips, bought little gifts, and spent money on Amaka to make her happy. "Amaka, what if we go on a vacation next month? Just you and me," he asked one evening. Amaka smiled and suggested places he would like. "Yes, that sounds nice. I think we should go," she said. He held her hand. He thought she loved him completely. Chief watched from a distance. He liked seeing her and Kola, but he was also careful, possessive, always making sure Amaka stayed his. "She is mine too," he whispered. Once when they met in a quiet corner, Amaka felt excitement mixed with fear. Every day, Amaka had to manage everything: household duties, family interaction, guests, callers' question, Chief's secret attention. She had to be calm, smile, act perfect. One wrong glance, one wrong word, and it could all be over. Life in the mansion was beautiful but dangerous. Amaka had everything she wanted: a big house, a loving husband. Chief was close, but everything was a careful balancing act. She had to be the loving wife to Kola, the perfect daughter-in-law to his mother, and the secret lover to Chief, all at the same time. Small things made her heart race. A look from Chief that lasted too long, a message from him that came at the wrong time, Kola asking a question that felt too close. Every day she had to be perfect, but she loved it. She loved the luxury, the attention, the power. She made everyone around her believe she loved Kola completely. The house was full of secrets only Chief and Amaka knew. Every day, she smiled at Kola and the family while secretly living another life with Chief. The tension grew. Secrets are like fire, well spark and they can burn everything. Amaka knew the danger. She knew the house was full of eyes, staff, family, Kola all around, but she smiled. She acted perfect. She lived the life she wanted, and she stayed close to Chief, closer than anyone else could ever be. One evening, Kola and Amaka were sitting quietly in the living room. The lights were soft. The house felt peaceful. Kola looked at her and sighed. Amaka, he said gently, I have to travel tomorrow. It is a business trip for 3 days. Amaka looked at him with calm eyes. Inside, her heart jumped. 3 days, she asked softly. Yes, he replied. I will leave early in the morning. I just wanted to tell you tonight so you won't be surprised. Amaka nodded slowly. I understand. Kola reached for her hand. I will miss you. She forced a small smile. I will miss you too. But inside, she was not sad. She was excited. 3 whole days. 3 days without fear. 3 days with Chief close to her. Kola looked at her carefully. Are you sure you are okay? I am fine, she said quickly. Just tired. That night, Amaka could not sleep. She kept turning on the bed. Her mind was not with her husband, it was with Chief. She imagined him coming the next day. She imagined his touch. She imagined being alone with him without fear. But deep inside, there was also fear. What if something went wrong? Still, the excitement was stronger. Morning came. Kola dressed up quickly. He carried his bag and came to the bedroom. I will call you when I land, he said. Amaka stood up and adjusted his collar gently. Travel safely, she said. He kissed her forehead and left. Amaka stood at the window watching his car drive out of the compound. The moment the gate closed, her heart began to beat fast. Not long after, Chief walked into the house. He looked confident, calm, like a man who knew what he wanted. So, he said quietly, he has gone. Amaka nodded. For 3 days, she added. Chief smiled slowly. Good. The house was quiet. Chief wife has already left for her shop. The staffs were downstairs, busy in the kitchen. Chief stepped closer to Amaka. You know I have been waiting for this, he said softly. Amaka looked around carefully. We have to be careful. Chief took her hand. Relax. He led her upstairs, not to her room, to his own room. Every step felt dangerous. Her heart was beating loudly in her chest. Once he closed the door gently, for a moment they looked at each other. Then he pulled her close. The kiss started slowly, soft, careful. Amaka felt heat rush through her body. Fear and excitement mixed together. They laughed quietly, whispered small things, teased each other. Time passed. They forgot about everything else. They forgot about the house. They forgot about the world. They forgot about danger. Meanwhile, on the road, Kola suddenly remembered something. My God, he muttered. The very important document, the one in his dad's drawer, he needed it for the meeting. Without it, the deal could fail. He hit the steering wheel lightly in frustration. How did I forget that? Without thinking twice, he turned the car around. He drove back home quickly. His mind was focused only on the document. He did not suspect anything. He did not imagine anything. He just needed that file. Back in the house, Chief and Amaka were completely carried away. They were laughing softly. Chief held her close. You belong to me, he whispered. Amaka closed her eyes. In that moment, she forgot she was someone's wife. Downstairs, the gate opened quietly. Kola parked the car fast. He rushed inside. The house was strangely quiet. He did not call out. He just ran upstairs. His mind was only thinking about the drawer in his father's room. Kola stepped into the hallway. He noticed Chief's bedroom door slightly closed. He heard something, soft laughter. He thought maybe his mom and his dad were just inside having fun. He did not suspect anything. He pushed the door open. Everything stopped. Amaka and Chief froze. Kola stood at the door, his eyes wide open, his chest rising and falling fast. For a few seconds, nobody spoke. Then Kola's voice came out shaking. My wife? He looked at Chief. My father? Amaka quickly moved away. Kola, please. Chief tried to speak too. Listen to me, but Kola raised his hand. No. His eyes were red. My wife and my father, he said slowly. Amaka started crying immediately. It is not what you think. What do I think? Kola shouted. You think I am blind? Chief stepped forward. Kola, calm down. We can talk. Talk? Kola laughed bitterly. You want to talk? Amaka fell to her knees. Please forgive me, she cried. Please. Chief's wife has just returned from her shop earlier than usual. She heard the shouting and rushed upstairs. When she saw the scene, her legs became weak. She remembered how she used to praise Amaka. She remembered telling her husband, thank you for bringing this good girl into our family. Now she understood. Tears ran down her face. You? She looked at Chief. You brought her for yourself? Chief's wife cried loudly. Amaka, I defended you. I praised you. I called you my daughter. She shook her head in pain. What kind of shame is this? Chief tried to speak, but no words came. Kola looked at both of them. My wife and my father sleeping together. They both begged him. Amaka crawled closer to him. Kola, please. I made a mistake. He stepped back. I am divorcing you, he said firmly. The room was silent. Then Chief's wife whispered in tears, and I am divorcing you too, she said to Chief. She walked out slowly, still crying. Everything had collapsed in one moment. Amaka sat on the floor, shaking. Chief stood still, realizing he had lost control. Kola looked at Amaka one last time. I loved you, he said quietly, but this I can't forgive. He walked out of the room. The house that once felt powerful and rich now felt empty and silent. Broken. Amaka's perfect plan had destroyed 2 marriages and now she had nothing. This story teaches us that you cannot build a good life on lies. Amaka and Chief thought they were smart. They believed their secrets would never come out, but the truth always finds a way. Greed and selfishness can destroy a whole family because of money and pleasure. They made a decision that broke trust and ended 2 marriages. Betrayal hurts the most when it comes from people you love and still trust. In the end, one small mistake exposed everything. No matter how perfect a secret looks, it will not last forever. Wow! Amaka's secret life in the Okonkwo's house is full of drama. What would you do if you were in her shoes? Drop your honest opinion in the comment section. Like if you love the drama. Share this with your friends who need to see this. Follow for more interesting stories like this. Thank you and bye for now.